Hey folks, here we are on January the 6th, 2022, and the crypto market is having a bit of a bloodbath at the moment. It's taken a nasty tumble in the last 24 hours or so here are a few reasons why. So first of all, stock indexes took a fall yesterday as well. Now this was on the news of the Federal Reserve basically planning to further reduce its bond buying program, which will mean a rise in interest rates. Now that rise will probably come in March of some time. Now what this means is that investors will start taking profits. They will move out of risk-on assets, which include things like stocks and cryptocurrencies, and probably park them in safer assets such as bonds. So this is one reason that we're seeing a fall in the markets generally, basically a fear around rising interest rates. Then, in more crypto-specific terms, we also have a lot of leverage trading that's been taking place. Now, what this has meant is that as prices have fallen, leverage traders who were long on things like Bitcoin and ETH, for example, have seen their positions wiped out. Now, as these positions get wiped out, this causes prices to fall further, which causes more positions to be wiped out. So you have these cascading liquidations. Now, this is nothing new. We see this in the crypto markets a lot. It's very, very frustrating, especially for those of us who don't like leverage trading. But it is unfortunately a fact of life in crypto. And yeah, so this tends to make a bad situation worse. So that's another reason why we've seen the tumble in the crypto markets in the last 24 hours or so. And then another crypto-specific reason is Kazakhstan. Now, as some of you may have seen, there has been a lot of unrest in Kazakhstan recently. This is related to increases in fuel prices, but also concerns around living standards, a fall in living standards, and also government corruption. So what this has meant is that the Kazakh government has been basically switching off the internet in an attempt to try and get a lid on these protests. Now, Kazakhstan, in case you didn't know, is, after the USA, the second biggest contributor to Bitcoin mining hash rate. Basically, after China banned Bitcoin mining last year, a lot of miners upped sticks to Kazakhstan because of cheap energy and also because it's kind of geographically much closer to China than places like America, for example. So what this means is that Kazakhstan has a pretty significant share of global Bitcoin hash rate, and by shutting off the internet, the Kazakh government has caused that hash rate to fall, and that hash rate fall has been somewhere around 13 to 14%, which is pretty significant. And when hash rate falls, this does impact on the security of the Bitcoin network and thus can cause prices to fall as well. Now, I should point out that this is in no way a danger for Bitcoin in the long term. Just because we've seen a hash rate fall in Kazakhstan, a very localized hash rate fall, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin is doomed. But what all this does mean is that we could see some increased volatility over the next few days and weeks. This will also be exacerbated by the fact that there are still very, very low volumes, especially of BTC and ETH on exchanges. And when exchange volumes are low, volatility tends to be high. So those are a few reasons why you're seeing a lot of red in your portfolio today. My best advice would be keep calm and hodl on. It could be a rough few weeks, folks, but don't worry, we'll be okay.